Hi, it's Thursday morning, 16th of October 2025. I'm going to show a kiln opening as I actually do it, which is the first time I've done that for quite a long time. The kiln is at 83 degrees, having fired a glaze firing to stoneware temperatures, and like all potters, waiting to open the kiln is just huge anticipation, hoping for Christmas, dreading Halloween. So here we go. I'm hoping you're going to be able to see. So there's the top of the kiln. So there are quite a lot of experimental pieces in here and a lot of the reclaim. So quite a lot of the glaze effects are going to be surprises to me. I'm going to go quite fast because otherwise these things take ages. There's two soap dishes here made of a dark iron bearing clay with my ash glaze on top. Nice if you like a sort of treacly look. That is a flower pot saucer made of some of the reclaim, and there's one of the flower pots made from reclaim. I wouldn't say that was high art, but it's going to be a useful pot. These mugs were a bit of an experiment. So they were made with my dark clay with some white slip over and then various glaze combinations. Actually, I'm quite liking that. I especially like this one. I like that a lot. I made 6 of these latte mugs out of this Wessex, and I don't know what I did wrong, but all but one of them, 5 of them, all died in the drying or firing process, which is very, very unusual for me. I don't normally have that happen. So this one I just glazed rather experimentally, and I may use it myself, but it's a nice mug. These little squared off pots I'm quite excited about, but we'll see whether the lids have stuck down. Oh, that one's come off. So yeah, so squaring off things that have been thrown on the wheel is not particularly easy, especially when you want to make a lid to fit. But I'm pleased with that one. That's a good one. There's a bigger one. And the lid comes off perfectly. I'm very pleased with that. Yeah, that's quite a nice squared off pot, that. This was the vase made of the very last of the reclaimed clay, which some of you will have seen me making. It's got a very basic finish because I wanted to highlight the form. This is my green ash glaze, my green satin ash glaze, and the unevenness in the application has resulted in some sort of patches of bare clay with a sort of brownish leather look. But I like that, and that, to me, that actually increases the appeal of that vase. I like that a lot. That will really showcase some flowers. Another one of these little mugs. So this is made of the same clay as this one, and it's got the same base glaze on, to give you an idea, but I put a white slip over it first, so it shows how much difference that white slip makes. In this case, it's showing off the delicate green of my ash glaze. So this is the last of those squared off pots, and it's actually a bit of an oddity really, because I experimentally decorated the corners of the lid with these buttons, as you can see, clay buttons, and I'm not sure it's attractive. The lid is actually not moving at the moment. This can be remedied by a sharp tap with some wood. It worked. Hurrah! Nice decoration on there. Got some bluster. The I'm not sure about the pot really. It's a bit of an odd one, but successfully finished with a lid that fits. So good learning project. So this is quite a nice bowl. Not overly happy with the glazing I've achieved on there, but considering the nightmare I had doing it, I've got away with it. The inside's beautiful, but getting that depth of colour on the outside when you're pouring it is a real challenge. And as you can see, I've got a much thinner coat, which does show off the textured surface. Nice deep colour in the middle of the foot ring. It's lovely. That shows off my ash glaze to its best advantage in the centre of there. But it's a nice bowl, and actually I thought I'd lost that twice, so I'm pleased with it. This is a custard jug that I've made for myself. So I used to have one pretty much this size and shape. It was a really cheap one I got from Sainsbury's like 30 years ago, and since I broke it, I've never been able to find anything similar. So I've made it, and it seems to have come out okay. Again, that's in my very basic iron bearing clay with my ash glaze on top and some added glazes to make the decoration. Let's move some of these things out of the way. So this is quite a big moment. Put it down like that, because under this kiln shelf is the bird bath that some of you will have seen stuff about. So let's see how it looks. Just give the kiln shelf a rattle to make sure it detaches from the props, because otherwise you can pick up a kiln prop and then drop it at the wrong moment on top of your bowl. So here is the finished bird bath. It's hot. I'm just going to put it down. So there's some irregularity in the glazes there, the glaze rather, and a couple of sort of pits where the glaze has bubbled. It doesn't matter. The bird bath is for the birds, and I can easily just knock off any sharp points on here. I don't think they are sharp actually, it's still hot though. As you can see, I've left the rim unglazed, largely unglazed, because birds like a rough surface to perch on apparently. The underside, there was a video of me pouring. I can see that in some areas I've got a not entirely even coat, but the bits you can see there, very nice and reflective. Anyway, I'll show a bit more about the bird bath and take some photos of the other pots as well. But yeah, I thought you'd like to see that kiln opening. Bye.